Right, welcome again to Inside Gyros. This is video number 2 of the preparation for the kits. Again, Airgyro, the main purpose of these small videos that we're putting on YouTube, in our channel in YouTube, is to show you the main components and how we prepare the USA kits, the kits for the United States. This is designed for the experimental amateur built in the United States. Understanding that it's an actual great solution, it's an actual great idea of building your own machine, understanding your own machine, and became not just the pilot or the operator, but you can become the manufacturer of your own machine, so you will know your machine completely. Again, it's important for me to tell you that these require some particular training. These also require some guidance. We will provide all the guidance. We have different packages for the builder's assistance. We have our new facilities in Oklahoma, so you have AMP, CFI, and people with a lot of experience helping you to build your machine. So we can ship the machine there, you can stay there. We have a private runway, big hangar, and all the facilities. We want to remove the headaches of the building. So when you start your let's say career, or you start your adventure with the gyroplane, with the experimental aviation, you will be backup. You are not alone, and you have a network of cooperation around the United States. So let's go real quick on this one, on the main components. The main components, in the initial main components. This is one of the AG-915 that we're preparing for the United States. It's a beautiful red wine. I'll try to with this camera. It's a beautiful red wine machine that is on the way to preparation at the end of this month. But there is still some missing parts that we are working on at preparation. Again, it's a kit, but some of the most important parts are pre-assembled. Then the 51%, you just finish the assemble and the construction as the regulation says. So we are complying with all the requirements. All right, let's make a little review of what we're going to do today. Is the central control that goes inside of the tunnel, the nose landing gear, the main landing gear attachments, and I will go through real quick of the pre-drilling, the precise pre-drilling we do. Why is precise? For many reasons. First of all, safety reason. When you mount your machine, we want to make sure you mount the parts in the right way and in the right moment. There is a CG involved in an aircraft. So every single part that we attach, it changes a little bit the momentum and change a little bit the arm and the CG. So if you move it a little bit forward, backward, left or right, it can change the CG. So we make sure that all the main components and the main holes are drilled in the right position. So again, I'm going to use my second camera here. And let's make a small tour of what we have. Inside of the tunnel, here's the opening that goes from the control. This is the control stick is going here and is attached for the roll and the pitch, right? And we have the first position where we attach the control. In the back is the rest. We're going to start from nose to the back. And one of the brackets, there is 4 points attaching. One bracket is outside, the other bracket is inside of the nose landing gear. I want to show you real quick. This is a landing gear. Let's put this real quick here. This is the landing gear structure. So this is the 4 points that are attached on the cabin. There is an angle, and then you have the movement. All right, this is the movement. So here you have components attached to the teleflex. This is the teleflex that go and move the rudders at the same time. And this is the point when you attach the pedals. And then you have the steering for the taxi. All right. This is a 6-part component, very strong. All of these parts are tested, and what we do in these facilities actually is check with X-ray some of the main components, so there is no failure, micro cracks or something that can provoke some failure in the future. So we're trying to avoid that by all means. All right. So continuing here in my small camera, we have the tunnel. So this is the openings for the teleflex system that goes inside and then go outside and then goes through the tail booms. There's a dual tail booms. They're going here. All right. There is some parts that we are not finishing right now. Here will be the opening for the throttle and the pre-rotation, and then the opening here for the panel. The anti-fog system is already installed, and it goes with a line from the engine, everything through the tunnel. All right, let's go front real quick here to show you the inside of the tunnel. There we go. You can see the same structure that I showed you before. There we go. It's right there. When you do your pre-flight, in these windows you can check the component, so there is no point that is not visible when you're doing your pre-flight. All right, let's move forward to the main landing gear. The main landing gear have 2 points of attachment. Is here, if we go this way, 2 points of attachment, one inside and one on the outside. The second one is installed after we put the tail booms. So this is part of your assemble point. This is the section where the fuel tanks are. The both of the fuel tanks are connected in the back. From here it goes to the mixer point and the fuel pumps. I will show you later. And the cargo shelf. This is a 10 kilograms cargo shelves. Very useful. You can we put nets here, so you can storage a lot of things here. It's very nice, very useful. The opening right there for the fuel intake. There we go. And the glove box. Very important. All right, let's go down here. I'm gonna try to get the best view of the tunnel. As I said, I will put the machine up later to explain. And the landing gear connection. So this is the one. It goes from the inside of the cabin, and after we put the tail booms, we make the second attachment here. It goes with a big bracket. All holes, as I said, are pre-drilled to maintain standard. If you have to replace a part, some models, if you want to replace a part, they only work in that particular machine. We don't have that because we use molds when we build the machine. All the parts can be replaceable. You don't need to re-drill or remake. Every single part is replaceable. They're all standardized under particular and specific points. Let's put it this way. All right, so let's go here, and I want to show you the pre-drilling of the firewall. So first of all, inside of the tunnel, right there is the mixer. You have the roll here, the roll movement, and the pitch movement. I think it's clear when you see it. And the attachment here that attach the whole control bar from the front in the 2 points to the back. All right? This is the fuel connection that mix, and then it goes the 2 lines to the fuel pumps. The fuel pumps goes in this point. Here is the radiators, water radiators. We have dual water radiators here and here. Here we have the computer and the electrical system. Here goes all the circuit breakers of the AG-915, or the Rotax 915 engine, some other accessories. Here we have the fuel, the fuel outlets. It goes from here, let me go back here, it goes from here to the engine mounting points, fuel lines, this is the fuel lines breathing and recirculation points. The shut-off bulb, it goes here, we make a hole here, and this is the tail boom holes. So as you see, this is an 80% of the work already done on the preparation for the AG-915 Kit. All right, then, so thanks for all the questions. There is many questions from how gyroplanes fly to if they're safe and about the company and so on. So I will answer two of the questions that they are actually the most common questions that I have. The first question is one that it comes since I start doing these videos. And the people who are switching from fixed wing to gyroplane in the sport aviation, or they find gyroplanes as a great solution if they like this kind of fly. Are gyroplanes safe to fly? Well, yes, they are really, really safe to fly. Again, we come back to the same analogy that I do about the umbrella. The umbrella is a parachute. The rotor became a parachute. The rotor it have no power. So when you spin up your rotor, you keep pulling in the same principle that the kite, right? So when you pull the kite rises and use the wind or the fluid that is pushing to keep it in the air. So this is exactly what is happening with the gyroplane. Meanwhile, you're flying, the weight of the cabin keep it down and keep spinning the rotor the same like a kite, the same way like a kite. If you lose the engine, you still have lift and you still have controls. So you just need to get your speed, and as soon as you're going to perform your landing, you open the rotor like a bird. When the birds open the wings when they land, exactly the same. You just open your rotor, put it full back, and land. So that reduces the landing roll. In a fixed wing, you need, again, to come in hot, you need space to brake, and you need to hit the ground with speed. In these particular machines, you can do the touchdown without speed. You need to come with some inertia just to keep the rotor loaded. Also, the same principle is one of the reasons we cannot do low Gs. So, because as soon as in the kite, the same like the kite, as soon as you stop, you lose the line. As soon as you lose the line, the kite don't fly away. The kite just immediately goes down. It's the same thing. If you unload the rotor, the RPMs, the turns of the spin, the force that is making the rotor spin, it will reduce until stop. This is how the rotor stops when you hit the ground. As soon as you hit the ground, the rotor is not being pulled down, so it kind of de-inflated. Lose all the pressure. Is part of the physics that involved. So yes, gyroplanes are really safe to fly. And the second question that is connected to that is, are gyroplanes easy to fly? Is harder to fly? Well, if you compare it with a helicopter, yeah, it's way more easier. And believe me, if I can fly these things, everybody can fly it. It doesn't mean that you can just go ahead and jump and fly. It requires some training. The amount of accidents that happens in a gyroplane, 99% are due to lack of training, right? The takeoff and the landing maneuver requires some precision, some understanding. When you take off, before you take off, you go full back. Completely different than other machines. The principle, in a fixed wing, you just keep it on the speed and then you pull back, right? In a helicopter, you normally, when you go up, you just go forward, just to go to the lift, to the translation, to the forward motion, right? So it's completely different. So you need to train. The takeoff and the landing is the most important thing. Dr. Raul Salazar in Florida from Blades Over Me, he has a fantastic training program that has been using for many years, and he developed this program for takeoff and landings. You should go ahead and check it out. The Gyropedia also explained really good the takeoff and landing procedures that just apply for the gyroplanes, all right? And the landing is more or less the same. It's just to understand when you have to open your rotor and, do the flare, pre-flare and stop and let it, settle down and do the touchdown really soft. All right, so harder to fly? No, but require training. Are gyroplanes, that is another question that comes, like in the same sequence, are gyroplanes like helicopters? Well, they only look like helicopters. They only look because of the rotor, all right? They're not helicopters. We share couple principles, but we fly by auto-rotation. The symmetry of lift, we actually share that process on the rotor, but the behavior of the machine in the air is more like a fixed wing. When you do the transition from a fixed wing to a gyroplane, you need to understand the rotor, and when you do the transition from a helicopter to a gyroplane, you need to understand the difference of the procedure, the idiosyncrasies of the machine. So, again, thanks for all the questions. There is many more. We have a lot of questions that I will start, answering in the next videos of this series of what is the AG-915. Check the PRA. Many of the guys, again, they can help you. There is a lot of knowledge in the PRA. Manufacturers, operators, people with a lot of experience. Just go for those guys if you're in the United States and you want to get more information. Write your comments, write your questions, and if you're interested in to switch, just give us a call. There is the phone number. All the information is in our website. Give us a call. It's a local call. It's a U.S. call. So give us a call. We can talk. I can help you. That's my mission, and that's the philosophy right now, is to help you understand gyroplanes. Thanks for watching.